You want it, gotta work for that bag, go get it one day, you can brag. You want it, gotta work for that bag, go get it one day, you can brag. I say that I have it, you know that I got it, no need to look all in the bag. Stunning like this cause I work so hard, I'm the best, I only speak facts. In the store, I'm popping them tags, a limited seller, what's that?
Hey guys, welcome to LoveNThangz podcast. Today we're going to talk about a messy story. I hope you guys like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy these stories because they all get messy. And you know, like I know, I like a good messy story. So let's dive into this one. This one's coming from reddit.com and it's called Happy Mother's Day, I Guess. So let's jump in it because I'm like, ooh, mess. And you know, this is the podcast where we discuss messy stories and scenarios with messy stories. So let's jump into this one. Happy Mother's Day, I Guess. I, 32-year-old female, have been dating 36-year-old male for the last year. I have a 4-year-old son with another guy, but we have been estranged for the last 2 years. So imagine my surprise when I asked my boyfriend his plans for Mother's Day, and he tells me he is taking his mother and sister out to dinner. My response was, so no invite? And he quickly responded, since we have no kids together, he didn't include me in the plans. Damn. That's a little harsh. God dang it. Like, I mean, I understand you guys have no kids together, but still, she's a mom. Like, you know, she wants to be included. So I get it. But let me keep reading. I'm gonna mind my business for now. Okay, let me jump back into the story. I typically love a man that loves his mother until this. I thought I was weird since I met his mother and sister and we get along great. If he doesn't include me, I don't know if I can be a part of a man's life that is okay with abandoning me. Yes, I said abandoned since I have no one else to celebrate me and my motherhood. Am I wrong to feel left out? And should I say something before the Mother's Day dinner? This might break us. Oh, man, that's a tough one because I love a man that loves his mother, too. I'm such a mother's boy, like lover. It's crazy. I'm like, oh, tell me you love your mother. Like, if you love your mother, I'm all in. Like, you know, it's just the way that it is. Because if you love your mother, you definitely know how to love a woman. And that's just point blank to the period. They're going to stop. They're going to be more sensitive to the fact that you are in their space and they're going to know exactly what to do with that. And then when something goes right or wrong, they're going to go to their mother and they're going to talk about it. And I love that too, because, you know, a mother, especially if she's a good mother, she's going to be able to come into the situation and be like, okay, you know, with reason and tell him to love you or not to love you or how to maneuver through the relationship. And that's always good to have a mother's advice. Oh my God, I love a mother's boy. But let's get back to the story. I want to read the comments. I want to see what the comments say. So user 91742U, I don't know what that means, but that's the username. Why do you have expectations for him, but not your child's father? Oh, that's a good question. Oh my God. Doesn't seem fair from a man's perspective. If anyone should be addressed, it's him for not stepping up and celebrating you as you are the kid's mother. That's a great point. Oh, wow. That got to be a guy talking because I would have never thought from that perspective. I would have been like, okay, like the ex is the ex. So, you know, you don't include him in anything. But yeah, he should be the one celebrating you. There's some truth to that. But let's move to the next comment. I'm not going to say that comment is not valid because it's a very valid statement. It is a great question too. So let's just move over to the next comment because I applaud that one. That was a good one. Twilight Bright 23. Use the username and it says maybe this is his way of wanting a kid with you. Instead of thinking negative, talk to him. Ask the question, why am I not included? And what would it look like if we did have a child together? Would you be celebrated or how? Also, I'm curious how involved he is with your 4-year-old since he didn't acknowledge your motherhood. That's a great question too. So all these are oh my God, they loading questions on questions. That's a great question. Why are you not included? Just simply ask him the question. Why didn't you include me? He said it already. You don't have a child together. So, you know, that's a good enough reason to me. I'm like, okay, we ain't got no kids together. There's no reason to invest. I would take myself out to dinner, buy myself flowers, girl. Hello, independence. The other one says, what would it look like if we had a child together? That's a great valid question too. What would that look like? Would I be included then? And then how would I be included? That's a whole nother question. So ask the question. Communication is key. Why are you not talking further? And definitely you should say something if your expectation is to be invited to this dinner beforehand, before the dinner takes place. Yes, have that conversation with him. And then I don't know if you have the mother's number, but if y'all get along, why not talk to the mother too? I mean, I've had, exes in the past where I'm like, let me call your mama. Let me talk to your mama, because he may not be thinking from a woman's perspective how sensitive the nature of being a mother is and being celebrated. He may not understand that component. He may not even like knowing that component, but it's true. Like, all women want to be celebrated. All women want to be loved. And if you're my man and you're getting in between these thighs, hello, that is an expectation in a relationship. But you should let that be known also in your stages of talking and getting to know him. Hey, I'm a mom of a 4-year-old. My 4-year-old can't celebrate me. I hope and pray that you'll be able to celebrate me in the future on my birthday, Mother's Day, Christmas, etc. Because a 4-year-old can't go out and buy gifts. I would buy it for myself. And no lie, have my son scribble on the card like this is from my kid. Like, that's point blank period to me. It makes sense. Yeah, do it for yourself, girl. Go celebrate yourself. Take yourself out to dinner with your 4-year-old. Like, why not? Like, I would. Man, please, I'd be out here in these streets celebrating myself. I wouldn't even be waiting for him to celebrate me. It doesn't take it. And I mean, yeah, I go back to the first comment that in 1742, the word two is spelled out, you. That's kind of crazy. Like, yeah, why is your kid's father not there, like, to celebrate you? What happened there that it went wrong? That may be some self-reflection that you may need to do, because communication is really important. Maybe you're not good at communicating. Maybe you're not good at expressing. Immediately you can't just go into a tantrum and be like, I feel abandoned. Like, you can't do that. That's not fair to the gentleman. If you express that concern, then I'd be like, it's all fair and game, because he knew, because you expressed it to him, but you didn't even tell him. You're like, should I say something before Mother's Day? Definitely say something, but also just be respectful, because you don't want to be on the outside looking in, especially if you cherish this man that you are trying to get to know or be in a relationship with further after a year. Yeah. And then I'm curious if he met your son. That's what Twilight Bright 23. Did he meet him? Did he talk to him? Does he know your 4-year-old son? Like, did he invest anything there? Like, that's another big concern. If he's not involved, then I can see why he's like, what, that's your business. You deal with that. But yeah, to be included, it's a simple ask. It's a simple form of communication that's needed. That's pretty much how I see it. Good luck, girl. Oh my gosh, this story. Oh my God, this story's good. It is a happy Mother's Day, I guess. Kind of like you're trying to figure out, like, I guess I'm celebrating, but I'm not being celebrated. I would just do it for myself. I wouldn't expect for a man to do nothing for me in that regard, because I did birth a child outside of the 4-year-old, so I would be like, with the 4-year-old, so I would be like, okay, that's expected that he doesn't want to celebrate a birth that I gave with someone else. Yeah, makes sense to me. I'm kind of with both comments. I get it. I get where they're coming from, but my perspective, I'm like, girl, just open up communications. And you'll find out your answer. Maybe you don't want to hear your answer, but it doesn't hurt to know. It doesn't hurt to know. And then that way you know what your future look like. Either he's included and he's involved, or he's not. That's it. But thank you guys for listening to the story. I would love to know what you would do for Happy Mother's Day, I guess, story. Would you have been the female? Would you have confronted your boyfriend or your man and said, hey, enough, like, include me? Or would you be like, oh, you know what? I'm just going to talk to the mom. She going to include me. That's a little sideways too. But I would just simply ask, because if I want to be included and knowing that I got a good relationship and she knows my number, I know her number. She knows my number and I know her number, I'm definitely going to say, hey, let me call him up and find out. Or you just simply could have a conversation with him, and that way you find it firsthand, the truth. Like, maybe he sees the kids with you, maybe he doesn't see a kid with you, and that just may be your answer. I don't know. You may not want to know. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you would have done in this situation with Happy Mother's Day, I guess. I would love to hear it and know exactly how you would have handled this. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and share the story. If you like the gossip and all the dirt, follow through, because we will have a next episode next week. So thank you guys and enjoy.
Yeah. You want it, gotta work for that bag, go get it one day, you can brag. You want it, gotta work for that bag, go get it one day, you can brag. I say that I have it, you know that I got it, no need to look all in the bag. Stunting like this cause I work so hard, I'm the best, I only speak facts. In the store, I'm popping them tags.